Hello, today this is Liz,
and Jackie,
and we will be teaching you the Fibonacci sequence.
with a special guest star, Benny the Bunny.
Alright, so Fibonacci first discovered his sequence when he investigated how fast rabbits could breed under ideal circumstances, and in his hypothetical situation, they'd pair up one male rabbit with one female rabbit and produce a pair of litter. A female rabbit and a male rabbit. And then that pair would produce another pair at the end of each month, and it would result in his sequence. Okay, so let's say this is Benny right here, and this is Benny's girl, and Benny treats his girl right. So they go make a pair of bunnies at the end of the month. So I'm drawing them right here, and they get freaky too, so they produce their own pair of rabbits, and of course, they produce their own as well. And this ends up looking messed up, but it's okay because it shows Fibonacci's sequence, as you can see right there, the number of pairs, and it goes on from there, but let's just write it out in number form because that looks like a mess. So this isn't realistic, obviously, because they produce way more than 2 pairs at the end of each month. A more realistic way that the Fibonacci sequence is seen in nature is through the honeybee family tree. So basically in every colony there's only one bee that is fertile, which is the queen bee. And basically how it works is that the queen bee lays her eggs and a male will come along and fertilize them. The ones that are left unfertilized stay male, and the ones that are fertilized are female. So basically you can see here that the male will only have one parent, and that parent is the female, she's the queen bee. But that queen bee is going to have 2 parents because her mother laid her egg, and then the father obviously fertilized it. And as we go up the family tree, basically the whole thing repeats itself. We can count across that there are a total of 3 grandparents, great-great-great-grandparents, great-great-great, yeah. Okay, and then we just count up again, and there is 5. And as we keep going up to the next level, children, what do we get? We get 1, 2, 3, 4, 8. We get 8 grandparents, and up here it's a bit of a mess, but that's 13. And yeah, basically there you go.
In the Fibonacci sequence, you first start out with 0 and then 1 consecutively. So 0 plus 1 equals 1, and then 1 plus 1 equals 2. So essentially you're taking the previous 2 numbers and then adding them to get the next number. So you see 3 plus 5 equals 8. And then the next one would be 8 plus 5 equals 13, and then so on and so forth. So the Greek letter phi represents the number for the golden ratio. You essentially will want to take the numbers in the Fibonacci sequence, put them all together, and divide them by the previous number, and eventually all the numbers that they're going to make are going to become 1.618034, or very close to it, as they grow larger.